Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning to you.
And how you doing?
I'm just fabulous.
Good. Of course you are.
Of course I am.
You know, I want to talk a little bit this morning about erections.
Okay.
And there are some really throbbing facts about these pesky little things.
Pesky, huh?
Yes, you know, certain unsavory lifestyle choices like smoking tobacco or weed or snorting meth or cocaine.
Basically doing drugs.
Yeah, heroin, alcohol abuse can cause nerve damage. They shrink your testicles, lower your testosterone levels, soften your erection, and cause you to lose your girlfriend.
Ouch.
So just say no. But on a lighter note, it is, speaking of erections, it is World Naked Day?
No.
Or something to that
It's
effect?
Nude Recreation Week. It actually just ended
On the 11th.
on the 10th, actually.
Oh.
It ended on the 10th, and then there was an entire skinny dipping, fabulous community of nudists simultaneously skinny dipping at a designated time. And that happened to be on the 11th, which also happens to be World Population Day. How funny is that?
Oh, all these naked people jumping in a pool.
And then,
Somebody is bound to get pregnant.
yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, this week in history, tomorrow is National Ice Cream Day.
I love ice cream.
Make sure everybody has something deliciously creamy to lick on top of that cone.
Sounds good to me. Oh, Elise, what a sexy show we have today. You can
Of
even make eating ice cream sexy.
Because it's us.
That's right. Now, speaking of being sexy, do you know there's a new study, that women are more interested in sex than their male partners think they are?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, every guy I talk to thinks, oh, my girl's not interested.
No. Nope. The studies prove it.
That's right.
Plus, I have to be honest with you. My female clientele, they prove that too.
Really?
Absolutely.
You can't point them out to me.
I'm not going to share.
Oh, man. You got to let me know who the horny ones are.
Does it really matter?
I just want to know.
Wait, but does it matter?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Okay, as long as it doesn't really matter, then I'll tell you.
All righty. Well, okay, who?
Not right now. Not on the air.
Susan Treffape?
Who?
Susan Treffape. That
Who?
Sandy.
Who?
Sandy Waleninsky?
Who?
You're not going to tell me.
Not now.
Okay. Well, anyway, according to psychologists at the University of Toronto and the University of Western Ontario, they found that men in committed relationships underperceive their wife or their girlfriend's sexual desires.
Agreed. They're not paying attention.
No, they're not.
They're not paying attention. And what do I always say? Focus. Pay attention. It's crucial to your being. They are not paying attention.
Shame on them.
Exactly.
Psychologists did 3 studies using 300 long-term couples, most of whom were heterosexual.
Okay.
And they were aging from 18 to 68 years old.
Wow.
And they said they'd been together an average of 6 years and had sex once or twice a week.
Okay.
In the study, the psychologist had 100 couples keep a diary for 3 weeks that had them reporting their levels of sexual desire per day and writing down the perception of their partner's level of desire.
And you know what's interesting about that? The thing is that every day brings something new. Depending on what's going on in your life, every day is different. And also, don't forget about this, the chemistry
Always the chemistry, yeah.
of who you are, especially with women. You know this, especially when, when you're ovulating, you definitely have a higher degree of sex level. You know this.
Yes.
And so, but you can also be a little edgy, maybe a little bitchy. It comes off that way. And so, your guy's paying attention to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Use that energy. Use that energy up.
Let your man know.
Well, the guys sometimes should know or just
They don't.
see it.
They don't.
Aye.
All right, there's a second study. Now, that study had 100 couples come into the laboratory to talk about their own desire. So while also talking about their partner's perceived desire and the happiness in their relationship.
Oh, cool. So then what happened?
Get into that. Hold on.
All right,
Don't
spit it
rush
out.
me. Don't rush me. There's a
Come
third
on.
study. Okay. The third study had 100 couples keep a diary to report on the same 3 issues as in study 2, while writing down how motivated they were each day to avoid sexual rejection. And that's why
that's
women
the problem.
Women don't initiate because they want to avoid the sexual rejection.
And I believe that's probably the same situation with the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of saying, sweetie, you look beautiful, they're reacting to what they think is maybe her bitchiness.
Or moodiness.
Okay. And therefore, nobody's connecting.
That's right.
It's a matter of paying attention.
Right. And, guys are
Compliment
so
her.
always. But then
Show appreciation.
they don't. And I know. Well, the chubby girls are much more appreciative.
I thought it was the homely ones.
Homely. Oh, yeah, homely. The homely
Yeah.
girls are much more appreciative.
Because, it's the ones
Chubby
with the-
girls are better in bed.
Well, that's because
We did
it
a whole
depends
show on
on
that because they're
yeah,
so curvy and they're,
exactly, and so there's
they're
something to
built
hold
for-
on to.
That's
They're
right.
built for that.
Yes, they are. Mhm.
Yes, that was our show. Yeah, you can look that up.
Well, anyway, the psychologists found that in all 3 studies showed the same results. All 3, that men underestimated their female partner's desire.
Wow.
The studies found that more often than not, men tended to misinterpret their female partner's needs. Probably
Because they're not paying attention.
No, I thought it was because they're bitchy and moody.
I think that if they would just understand
Or PIAs.
and show their appreciation, that could change that.
It could.
It could.
Well, on the days when men thought that their female partner were less interested sexually, the women reported feeling more satisfied and committed in their relationship. A total different thing.
Well, maybe that was because maybe on those days the men were sharing and being kind
Of
and
course.
showing gratitude
Because they wanted a little something,
and
something.
appreciation, and that's what they were receiving in return.
I always say the women are the stronger sex, and women.
That's true.
In these studies, women, on the other hand, were more likely to accurately identify whether or not their partner was interested in sex.
Yes, because why?
Guys are, it's like,
Stunad. I'm just
what's
kidding.
the matter, you?
Hey, I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. That was just, it seemed like the perfect word to add. But
Yeah,
no.
It was
no.
a good word.
No, the reality is that I don't think that.
Well, the psychologists believe that men underperceive the female partner's desires as a way to combat the sexual rejection.
Okay, well,
Because
that I
guys
can
are
understand.
always being rejected.
Well, I have to just say this. That is awful for a man.
Of course.
Women come out of it so much easier. They really do, out of rejection. Men just don't. And that's the thing, that we women perceive the man as the stronger sex, but it's not the truth.
The woman is the stronger sex.
Absolutely. We can handle so much more emotionally, not necessarily physically, but emotionally and mentally. And that's where, it gets, things get crossed and mixed up. Because you think the guy is strong and you think that he has this air about him, but the reality is he's really a little boy in a big man's body.
That's right.
And he just, it's the truth, and I say it all the time. My co-host is like a 12-year-old. Love him to death, but it's the truth in a big man's body.
Hey, listen.
All
what
right.
guys worry about.
14.
If his partner says no, we feel rejected. We feel
Exactly.
bad. Sometimes we feel resentful.
Poor guy.
So it's just easier to assume that she is
not interested.
Is not interested. That's right.
That's where communication comes in. What do we say all the time? Communicate. Because if you let him know, then there won't be any question about it.
That's right. And ladies, this is why the same thing happens when it's time to meet somebody new on a date or you're somewhere. The guy is worried that he's going to be rejected, so he just doesn't bother. And what do we always say? Make eye contact.
Always.
Smile.
Eye contact, smile, absolutely. And communicate.
Say hi.
Communicate. It's important.
Yeah, we say it all the time. This perception that guys have, men try harder to entice their partner, which is why the psychologists believe that women reported feeling satisfied and comfortable in their relationships.
Aw. Now that's sweet, though. You definitely want to feel comfortable and satisfied.
Oh, sure.
Especially when you're with somebody that you love.
That's right. And it is better for the relationship for him to underperceive this.
Well, this way he doesn't get hurt.
That's right. And there's a gal, Amy Muse, a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Toronto, said that this avoids complacency.
Yes, I can see that. I can see that.
But as a woman, how do you start having the amount of sex that you want?
Communicate. Tell your partner this is what you want. I guarantee you, he's not going to say no.
But like you says, men are stunad. They don't know. Even
Okay,
if you,
then show him.
well, okay. But if you don't, this is why the vibrator has become so popular.
Oh, it's always been popular.
Yeah, well,
It's been around forever.
do you know that it's been around since Cleopatra?
I'm sure.
That's right.
Oh, she was a hot number.
Yes, she was.
She was a hot number.
In 54 BC, Cleopatra had a gourd that was hollowed out, and she filled it with angry bees. At least so the story goes.
Oh, and that's how it vibrated.
Yes,
That could be
yes.
dangerous.
Well, if the bees get out.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh
guess
my
it could.
God. And imagine an allergic reaction to that. I happen to be allergic to bees, so that could be dangerous.
But even
Wow.
the magic disc of the 50s, history has some pretty strange attempts at getting women off. By
know
the
what?
way,
The most important thing is that women always want to, I hate to say it that way, but get off. But the way my co-host has such a way with words.
I do. And I also have the perfect face for radio.
Okay, back to the study.
All right, you're always talking about women and wanting to get off, but vibrators weren't always intended to get women off.
What were they intended
In
for?
fact, the vibrator started out as a medical device.
Oh, really?
Yes.
A stretching situation, a stretching thing?
Well, no. Okay. In 200 AD, doctors recommended genital massage for hysteria. Hysteria was defined as excessive irritability in women. This is in 200 AD.
Oh my God.
Excessive irritability in women.
So basically bitchiness.
Yes, but the doctors would give manual manipulation, but the doctors complained that it was too labor intensive and very messy.
Yes, I can see where that would.
And in the 1890s, there was something called the hand crank.
The hand crank.
It was a hand-cranked vibrator known as the blood circulator.
Oh, my gosh.
And this was said to cure tuberculosis, moodiness, and wrinkled skin.
Oh, my gosh. They put moodiness and tuberculosis in the same sentence.
Yes. And
That's great.
It looked like an egg beater, an old-fashioned egg beater.
Oh, my gosh.
And when you cranked it, there was like a rubber tip on it that would pop in and out.
Oh, my gosh.
And it said it cured a whole bunch of things.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
But then it was in the 1920s that vibrators showed up in porno.
Okay.
And that's when it moved from a medical device into the bedroom.
I see.
And it hit the market for good health, beauty, and great skin.
What do you think of that?
And like all things marketed toward women, it was painted pink.
Of course it was. Of course. Why shouldn't it be pink? Oh, wow.
Now, since then, the vibrator industry has boomed into a massive business. Yes. Americans are spending over $15 billion a year on sex toys.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And
you know, I have a friend who who works for a company that she can't believe how big that industry is.
I really
and the
like
things
talking
people buy.
to her
I know,
because
she's
she
fun.
just very matter-of-factly
because that's what she does all day long. She works with it and she speaks to people and she takes orders. And you know how she always says it's all about anal.
Yep.
Yeah, everything is about anal. Yep. Everything is anal. Yep.
Well, it's estimated that over 50% of American women have used a vibrator. And this is according to a 2009 study of 3,000 women. Simply put, vibrators are an asset to many women's sex lives today.
Wow. Interesting.
In fact, did you know that there's an entire museum dedicated to antique vibrators?
Really? Mm-hmm. Where is that?
I don't know where it is.
I think we're going to look that up.
I think we should.
Okay.
Alrighty. And there's a special vibrator, and it was called the Hitachi Magic Wand. And it's been around for over 50 years.
Wow.
In 1960, a product came out called the Niagara Hand Unit, and it was the first internal and external vibrator stimulator.
Wow. Can I just go backward for a minute for you?
Sure.
So, if you ever wonder where the first vibrator sex toy was invented, Good Vibrations Antique Vibrator Museum will have it on display. They display everything. And this Good Vibrations Museum is located in San Francisco, California.
San Francisco, where else would it be?
Of course. Well, I was thinking that, it's a possibility that it could be in New York.
We're right here in Princeton.
But if it was in New York, at least we'd be able to go and, do something for our show. In California, not so much, but I'll certainly get some information.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and if anybody wants any more information, email me now at trendradio920@gmail.com. I'll send you the information, anything you want to know about vibrators and what they do and how to use them, and a $50 gift certificate to keep your hair and nails looking fabulous.
While you're shaking all over the floor.
Oh, gosh.
Now, today they have remote control vibrators that actually, there's an app on your phone where you can set off the vibrator anywhere in the world.
I know about that app.
And they also have a vibrator for men. It's called the Cobra Libra.
Oh, interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know they had one for men. It's kind
I'm
of like,
so happy that you know this now for your
Well,
your
you
own
know,
mind.
we come across all kinds of stuff.
Yes,
and
we
you do
do.
not get this kind of information
Anywhere. That is true.
Only right here
Trend
on Trend
Radio.
Radio.
Exactly.
Get the lowdown on getting down with us. Tune in to that bad boy inside of you.
Oh, you're a bad girl too. Yep. That's it.
You know, speaking of history and museums on vibrators, there's history on small penises also.
Really?
Yeah. There's
He's amazing.
I don't know where this stuff comes from, but
Well, it's there, and that's what's important. Now we can present it
yes.
because people want to know all about small penises.
Well, and if you think you have a small one, it's actually not as small as you think.
Ah.
You know, history tells a very sad tale about many men whose full erections didn't even measure out to half an inch. And, you know,
Really?
yeah, scientists refer to this condition as micropenis.
Ay, ay, ay.
And it can be surgically remedied to the point where the sufferer can boost a still laughable post-op 3-inch altogether. You know, for and I think we talked about this because inside your body, there's another 2 inches of penis in there.
Yes. Yeah, we actually did have a conversation about this.
Yeah.
I don't know what show we did this on, but we did
It was a
discuss
couple
this.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
And what they do is they snip the suspensory ligament, and what that does is it drops the penis out about another 2 inches.
Really?
But what happens is, you know, the penis kind of flops all over the place. You know, when it's erect, it's usually in one place. When you snip that ligament, you know, the penis just kind of blows in the wind, so to speak. It's, you know, so it's kind of floppy.
Ay, 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 ay.
But also, and this is a great reason for to go on a diet. You know, we always talk about going on a diet for health.
Well, yeah. And not necessarily call it a diet, but something that you just eat well for life.
Well, sure, because for every 35 pounds that a man gains, his penis will appear 1 inch smaller.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, Napoleon was rumored to be very, very small, and which
That's where the Napoleon complex comes
that's
in.
right, causing him to freak out, and he attempted to conquer the world.
He didn't do very well, little man.
Now, ancient Greece, on the other hand, favored a small male organ, deeming them more visually pleasing than a veiny purple
Ay, ay, ay,
power
ay, ay.
plant there.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
That's some interesting news there.
Yeah, and-
Thank you so much, Anthony.
Well, like I said, you just don't get this information
No,
anywhere.
you don't. And now everybody knows everything they need to know about a small penis.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
This program may contain adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
So, Elise, you know, last week we were talking about lube.
I remember.
Yep, not the kind for your car.
I got it.
The kind for your...
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, we found a lube that doubles as a hair product.
Yes.
In fact,
Yes. How awesome is that?
yeah, we learned so much about lube.
Yeah.
And
It's a lube kind of day.
well, it was for me. And I got to tell you,
Is that lube in your hair?
No, it is not. That's just Italian in my hair.
Okay.
It's a little olive oil.
Little
I
olive
use.
oil? Yeah.
So I go in to the local drugstore and I'm in the aisle with the lubes.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking.
You know what? I know what you're going to say. Of
course you
Because I
do.
got a text from her.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm up and down the aisle and
Yeah.
I'm looking at the lubes and I'm reading and,
Little research there, you
yeah.
know?
well, this adorable
She is so cute.
little girl who works there comes over to me and says, "Hi, Anthony. Do you need any help?" And I went,
And I heard you turned purple.
yeah.
You turned purple.
And I said, no.
And I heard you ran out of the store.
Well, let me get the middle in there. So she's talking to me, and she says, I know a lot about this. I can help you if you're having trouble, and I don't know what to say. So I said, well, no, this would. No, I feel uncomfortable. I don't need you talking to me about lube. And she says, what did she say? I'm professional. She says,
and I'm an adult.
I'm an adult. Yes, I'm
Yes.
an adult. And I know about these things. I could help you out if you're having a problem. I'm going, oh my God.
Yeah, I
cannot.
got a text about that.
Yeah. What was the text? And I did. I ran out of the store. I said,
yes,
no,
you did.
I'm good. Too inappropriate. And she was like really upset.
Well, no, she wasn't upset. She just wanted to help you because, if you needed help. But
Oh, I needed help. All right. I needed help after she approached me in the lube
That
aisle.
was so funny. But anyway, yeah, she did. She texted me. And she asked if everything was okay because you left embarrassed and you left, purple, and you wouldn't let her help you. It was so cute. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
Well, she did tell me that there was someone else that she helped, and it was very creepy.
Yes, but she knows you and she knows that you're not creepy. And so that's why she was offering to help you. Had she thought it would have been a creepy situation, she wouldn't have offered.
I'm a 40-year-old man. Why was I so embarrassed?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, as you were saying.
So, anyway, getting back to the lube.
Yes.
I learned a lot about lube,
Okay.
but I learned something that you don't know.
Tell me.
Well, they didn't have it at the drugstore.
Right.
And
The one that doubles as a hair product.
the one that doubles as a
Yes.
hair product. That was the one I was looking for.
Right.
And there are so many to choose from.
Yes,
So
there
many
are.
colors and fragrances and smells and
And
hots
some
and
are
colds
edible and some aren't. And yeah, amazing.
So,
Do you know there's one that's gluten-free?
yes, I do.
They made a gluten-free one now.
Well, anyway, all this talk about lube and whatnot made us here at Trend Radio firm believers in the transformative power of lube.
Ha.
Lube can be used for many things.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Your cuticles,
your hair,
your lips.
and
Yeah. Makes them shiny and moist, if you will.
a good lube adds a silky smoothness to either partner.
To anything.
That's
for
right.
anything. Yeah, it could be used for anything. It's quite the beauty product,
Can I put it on my squeaky hinges?
if you'd like to.
Okay. Well, let's explore the next big thing in lube.
Okay, and what is the next big thing?
Weed lube.
Are you kidding me?
Weed lube.
Is that legal?
No,
Uh-huh. I didn't think so.
It is in
Leave it to you.
California or Colorado.
Oh, okay. Yes, it is.
That's
Yes,
where
it
you can
is.
get it.
Okay. So you can get it there, but you really actually have to use it there too. Because if it's not legal, how are you going to bring it here?
I don't know. I think they can send that out to you.
Oh.
We're going to give this a try.
I have to tell you something. That is actually true. They actually could send
That's
it
right.
because
we've got that weed dark chocolate.
remember exactly when I was going through chemo, I placed an order.
Yeah.
And with somebody who was a friend who was able to get it from California for me.
Mm-hmm.
And we had that dark chocolate, which awful. Wasn't it awful?
I liked it.
Uh-huh.
It was good.
Yeah, I
know,
thought it
but
was
any kind of
awful.
chocolate is good for
But you
me.
know what? Actually, my flavors were off, so
It was you.
yeah, I guess. It's always me.
Now, as long as you understand
Yeah,
that.
it's always me.
And now that it's out there, I could.
You know what?
What
I'm
show
gonna
is
put it
this?
out there.
I'm gonna refer back to this show.
All right, 132. We'll get back to it. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Uh-huh.
But whenever she says it's me,
It's
132.
rare that she admits that.
It's
yeah.
her. Okay,
Yeah.
This is
got
only the
that.
second time in my whole year here that she's admitted that.
Yeah, it's always me. It's
only the
always my
second
fault.
time in my life
everything.
that she's
Awful.
admitted
Yeah,
anything.
Absolutely. Well, I admit that I love you.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway, as you were saying.
Weed lube is a cannabis coconut oil concoction.
Ah, very cool.
It makes it feels good on your hands, but even better on your genitals.
Really?
Yeah.
Weed lube.
Weed lube. Sex therapist Madeline Castellanos explains that, there's a lot of ways for the vagina to get high. And
weed lube is it.
weed lube dilates the blood vessels. So you get an increased blood flow to that area where
Wow.
where there is as much erectile tissue there as in a guy. It's
That is
just internal.
amazing.
A woman's erectile tissue is internal.
Wow.
So, you're going to sign up?
I think so. Absolutely. I think it's a mandatory thing.
Absolutely. So we got to probably Colorado. And you know what? We could probably
Oh
get
my-
Ben to send it to us. Hey,
Okay. And my brother-in-law lives there too.
alrighty. So,
Little straight-laced there though. So,
all right, no,
I don't know
Ben,
about
we'll
that.
get Ben to send us all this crazy stuff.
Oh, that is so funny.
But you got to remember the
Remember what? What do we have to remember?
oil does not mix with latex condoms.
Oh, okay.
So you got your coconut oil based weed lube. The perfect combination for watching porn.
Of course it is. And isn't anything the perfect combination to watch porn these days?
Well, okay.
Oh, my.
There are benefits to watching porn.
I know. We've talked about the benefits.
Yes, we have. And, for those listeners out there, Elise is a woman who enjoys
my
watching porn
God.
on a regular basis.
You know what? I'm not the one with the big porn collection, okay? I think we've had this... Mike,
Yeah, I know.
back me up here.
Shocking, right?
We've had this conversation. Anthony and his buddies, they have these porn collections.
I mean, I've heard tales of great things, but I haven't really.
Elise is
Confirmed.
part of that porn buddy
oh, my God.
trio.
I am
you
not.
See, what happens is
Oh, my God.
when you have your porn stash, it's hidden. And
Yes.
if anything
and
happens
yours
to you,
is hidden, and you told me where it was.
that's
so
right.
I know where
because
yours
if
is.
anything happens to me, she can rush over to the house, grab my porn collection, bring it and add it to hers. So that way, two things happen
You're
here.
squeaky clean.
That's right. I am squeaky clean. There's no porn in
And
my.
I get to double my stuff.
And she doubles her collection.
It's a
Everybody's
win-win.
a winner.
It's a win-win for everybody.
oh,
it
my
is.
God. You are
It is.
unbelievably sick.
So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, it kind of does date you a bit to have a porn collection because the internet made things very easy for everybody.
Exactly. He has a porn collection.
Yeah.
I'm
You see,
afraid-
it's because he's 40.
Yeah, I mean they'll become collectibles one day probably.
Ish.
that's what I'm figuring.
It's because he's 40-ish.
See, but I have porn that you can't get on the internet. See, so it's
And a lot of his is signed.
Oh, that's so
It-
super
it
collectibles.
actually is.
Yeah.
It actually is, and with the show, we've met quite a few of the porno actresses, and
Yeah, porno actresses. Did you hear that? Porno.
and they've signed some CDs, and I even have some videotape.
That is true, actually. we did get some really cool stuff from some of these
Nice.
girls.
Yeah. And they're very, very
Oh,
nice.
they're all very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've met a couple as well, and they're very cool people.
Yeah, and they're just, like whatever.
Yeah, very chill.
Yeah, it's a job.
I would say you'd make more money if they were unopened, but I have a feeling all of that porn collection is opened probably.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Right.
open. Anyway, so I hope you didn't fall out of your chair just now. At least admitting her porn collection.
Oh
but,
my God.
it's not something you hear every day because it's uncommon for women to watch porn. No, wrong answer.
That is actually
it is
wrong.
not
Yes.
uncommon for women to watch porn. But, for just some reason or other, it's just one of those taboo subjects that nobody
because
talks about.
People frown upon it, or some people think people are going to frown, but they're really not because they're doing it.
But they pretend they're not.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was saying.
I just don't know why it's culturally unacceptable
For a woman.
for a
So what?
woman.
Because
but-
women are pure.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Not the ones I know. But men are expected to watch porn. I don't know. Is it just me? Or
I don't know that.
Maybe it's just the
I don't
friends
know
that I
that
made.
that's necessarily the right word. I can't imagine that there's an expectation that a man's going to watch it.
There's
I
no
mean,
surprise. I think.
Yeah,
That's it. There's
it's
no
not a surprise,
Yeah.
exactly. But there's not necessarily an expectation.
I think you're right. There's
I
not
think
an
I. Oh, what? What was that?
I think you're correct.
Oh wow!
We are breaking barriers on this show.
Show
today.
132, everybody! Boom!
Let's see, 132. That's 6. Is 6 a power number?
It could be.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Look at him not believing in any of this spirituality, but yet doing numerology right there on the show. Oh, geez. Show 132 is really making it big today.
Well, it really seems to me that that for women like Elise, watching porn is very private. It's a very private thing. But I also feel like maybe us men are a little bit in the dark too.
And why is that?
Well, do men really not know that women watch porn?
I know. I think that women usually watch it with their guy.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe today's world.
You know what? All right. I think some women may just watch it, just to watch it. But I can't imagine that they don't watch it with their guy also. I would think that they would. That would be part of what it is. I mean, they may just watch it just to watch it, but I don't know many women that would just necessarily watch it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she was watching it to learn something new to share with her partner.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Now that's a possibility. Yeah. That might be something. And then she might show her partner, hey, this is what I saw. You want to see this?
And this is what I like.
And this is what I'm showing you.
Or this is what I don't like.
Well, how would she know that she doesn't like it unless she's trying it?
Well,
Just because she's seeing it doesn't mean she doesn't know what it feels like.
That's right. Don't knock it till you tried it.
Exactly. Then if you try it and you don't like it, that's a whole different story.
So, I wonder, are people ashamed? And,
Maybe, because it depends. And also your upbringing has a lot to do with it. What you're taught and what's instilled in you, your values. But truthfully, there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just exploring, your own sexuality. And there's nothing wrong with that.
let me ask the listener something. Do any of you listeners out there think any worse of Elise because she watches porn?
Not even believable. But I will tell you this. If you have a response for that, please send it to trendradio920@gmail.com.
It should be no the answer.
I will send you.
Oh, before we go any further.
I want to send a $50 gift certificate.
To where?
To Anthony Vincent Salon.
Of course.
To us.
Well, first of all, I want to clarify that with Elisa's porn, I'm talking about consensual adult porn. And no one should be ashamed to watch porn. Elise, there is a little concept called voyeurism, which is the idea that we as humans enjoy and gain pleasure from watching other humans.
You know, here's the thing. I can't even respond anymore. There's no response left.
I do not believe that. There is no way to keep you quiet.
Oh, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm just not going to say anything else about this subject.
Oh, you will. I know. So, specifically in intimate situations is when other people really enjoy watching other people. And Elise, it is completely normal to be aroused by watching other people.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It really is.
Okay.
In fact, you said yourself you're a people watcher. I just didn't realize it was naked people you were watching.
Oh my God! It's that bad for you that you need to get that much?
I'm just saying. Okay.
All right.
Have you not said, "Oh, I'm a people watcher"?
I don't remember actually using that statement,
yes,
saying that statement. But if you say I said it, then I said it.
Yes, you did.
Okay, then you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. Show number 132. You'll never hear it again.
Well, that is the basis of the porn industry.
Nice.
People watching other people.
Fantastic.
And there's so many benefits to watching porn.
Okay. We know that.
Right.
If people are listening to our show, they will know that there are benefits to that.
That's right. It's extremely low risk.
It's wonderful for you, honestly, for your relationship.
That's right.
And it's also physically impossible for you to become pregnant or catch any kind of diseases watching porn.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
And it allows you to become really comfortable with yourself.
And your sexuality, of course.
Absolutely. But you're watching something and you're seeing something that is obviously feeling good to that person, and so you try it. You may like it. You never know.
You never know. That's right. And you made a comment about, watching porn, is so easily accessible that right on the internet, right? You're only like one Google search away from endless free pornography.
That is true.
So, what are some of those porn sites that are free and safe?
Okay. There's RedTube. That's a big one. Pornhub is probably the one that everyone knows. They own a bunch of different websites. So once you go to Pornhub, they'll direct you to tons of other sites that they own. Okay. And they're free.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about catching a virus in your computer or that kind of stuff.
I mean, you still got to be safe.
You might catch a virus in your computer, but never in your body.
Yeah, exactly. You still have to be safe about that. Because pop-ups will happen from time to time.
It's important always to be safe when doing anything of the sexual nature.
Yeah, both ways, computer-wise and physical-wise. Yep.
So
See that?
It's Pornhub, and what's the other one again?
It's called RedTube, but it's owned by Pornhub. So just go to Pornhub. Everyone kind of has heard of it. A lot of people that I know, there's articles released about Pornhub all the time and stuff.
It's actually all over the internet.
Yeah,
really.
Pornhub is It's the hub of porn.
That's the go-to.
There's really no other way to explain it.
Yeah, the go-to.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So I guess watching porn is really completely normal, and it's safe and part of a healthy sex life, because if so many people are doing it and this Pornhub is so big.
Yeah, but sometimes I think that women, not men, well, I guess some men also do think this. I guess people, when they're watching it, could feel uncomfortable sometimes because the people that are doing what they're doing are in positions that you never thought imaginable. So, some people might think that it's a little unrealistic. I don't know,
Well, I think you got to be like 22 and...
Not necessarily, because there are porn actresses that are in their 60s. still
Yeah,
that
but
they
I-
used to be in their 20s, and they're in their 60s now, and they still look fantastic and still do amazing things.
I just don't think they're as acrobatic at 60 as
Well,
they
they're
are
not.
at 20.
And the thing is that it's not really about. I wasn't talking about acrobats. Okay, it wasn't like that at all, because it could be just something as simple as doing something. I don't know.
Basic?
Basic, doggy style, whatever.
Yeah, basic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be something as simple as that, and yet, you're the stamina. The stamina is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Sometimes the stamina is a little bit longer or whatever, but you know what? It's not really, because this is a film, so they can make it seem like it's anything. So whoever is watching shouldn't feel that way.
So with what you're saying there, does porno give people a unrealistic expectation about sex and relationships?
Oh, well, how about that question?
That's a good question.
But I thought I just answered that. It shouldn't do that. I guess it could.
Of course it does. Look at Twilight. And so does just about every romantic comedy ever made. The books, the magazines, the television, the movies. They're all unrealistic expectations about sex. They're
But
everywhere.
the thing is about sex and relationships. Yeah, it could be unrealistic, but that's where you have to find what's real for you. You're with your partner, whoever that is, and you have to work out what's real for you and enjoy what you're watching, enjoy what you're reading. But that's not your relationship. So whatever your relationship is, base it on that, and that would be the healthy thing to do. If you have any questions about this or any need for any advice, you can definitely email
Email her.
us.
She'll give you another freaking gift certificate.
Absolutely. He just said it. Yeah. Email me now. I'll give you a $100 gift certificate if you want to discuss your relationship.
This show is costing me so much money, Mike. So much money.
trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did. And you'll have great hair, too.
Will I get addicted to porn?
I think you already are.
You said you have a collection and a plan. I'm pretty sure you're halfway there at least.
He's addicted to a lot of things.
Well, I guess if you have an addictive personality, you could get addicted to porn. But
Addicted to love.
and are you really addicted to any form of entertainment or any
Absolutely.
type of internet use? I see,
People are addicted to everything, especially the internet.
and their telephones. I see
Oh my gosh.
ladies, no matter what age, they're addicted to their phones. They cannot put them down.
Absolutely. The texting is out of control. And the sexting, too.
What's that? Okay, guys. If you're going to be going to these porn sites, stream some porn that she'll actually like.
Right. Do it with her, though.
Yes.
Do it with her. And if you involve each other, wow, that's just fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
It absolutely will be. Guys, redefine what you consider a chick flick.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. Now, there's some new studios out there. We talked about Red Door, Backdoor.
Did we really talk about the back door yet?
No, but we will be. Pornhub. There's other studios out there.
And I think
such
Red
as
Door is Elizabeth Arden.
I
It's
think
a salon.
that's what it is. Red Tube. Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
Red
Red
Tube.
Tube.
Yeah.
Red Tube.
Anyway, I was saying there are studios out there like Dane Jones, and they're billed as sensually explicit creative erotica.
Oh,
And-
okay. See, but here's the thing. You just said a mouthful. Erotica is actually different than porn. There's a difference.
Ah, okay.
It's softer.
Yes.
It's softer.
And there's another one called Nubile Films.
Okay. And again, that is softer.
Right. What they do
Yes.
is they capture the essence
The
of
moment.
sensuality.
Yes. But yeah, exactly. Essence is the perfect word.
Passion, yeah. I actually know what you're talking about, so I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
almost
always
like-
think of the passions there.
It's the best
More
word. It's
passionate
like
than
a silhouette.
raw.
A silhouette. You know when you see a silhouette?
Mm-hmm.
You know, she could be completely naked, but you see just the silhouette, and that's left up to your imagination.
Yeah, that's even more sexy. Because
That's erotic.
where does
Yes.
sex, this is a test, Michael, where does sex happen?
In between your ears.
Oh, good man is listening.
Exactly.
Is listening. That's the correct answer.
That is the truth.
That's the correct answer.
That is the truth.
Well, anyway, these two places are actually changing porn for the better, and they have videos that emphasize intimate acts of foreplay and teasing.
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 Teasing. Very erotic.
That's right.
Exactly.
And unlike regular porn that Elise is used to, these
Oh my gosh.
studios depict a typical looking woman actually enjoying consensual, healthy sex with their partners.
Oh, very nice. I guess you've added this to your collection.
Not yet. We're going to do that. we're gonna
Okay.
Google these things and
All right,
and
we will do
see
this.
what we got there.
Absolutely.
Make Love Not Porn is another great couples friendly resource.
Oh,
Make Love Not Porn.
interesting. But I guess it depends on your mood.
I would think that, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because
And
sometimes
as
you
long
feel
as-
like a nut, sometimes you don't.
exactly. And as long as it's consensual, I see no reason to not do both.
I agree.
All right.
Elisa, I got some true or false questions for you,
Okay.
and but they're very explicit. Can you handle it?
Yeah, who are you talking to? Go on.
Well, you might know some of these answers because of your porn collection.
Okay, go. Shoot.
Alrighty. Okay.
Tell me.
True or false?
Okay.
Anal sex is no longer that big a deal between partners.
True.
True.
Absolutely.
What do you guys say?
I'd say overall true, but for me, false.
Okay. You got to find you a different partner. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely true. I think that it's not such a big deal. It's very common. I know people are just doing it. And I have that friend who works, at that sales
Warehouse.
porn place.
Porno warehouse.
And everything is anal. It's all about the ass.
I think
So-
the curiosity is peaked and the action is now being taken among everyone.
Yeah.
That's a great way to say it. Action is now being taken.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, but that's definitely the truth. It's definitely everything is about anal, and
That's their number one
that's their
sales.
number one in sales. Absolutely. And so, I say that's true. It's no longer a big deal.
The answer is true.
Woohoo! Yeah. All right.
Surveys find that the back door increasingly
Is open. Yay.
And the reasons include the changing norms and the depiction of anal sex in pornography and a greater willingness to admit to the behavior.
Alrighty.
This is from Kimberly McBride, PhD and assistant professor of public health at the University of Toledo.
Wow. Alrighty. All right. Next question.
Okay, true or
Shoot it.
false?
Okay, I'm ready.
People mostly agree on what is and is not kinky.
False. And I have an answer to back that up.
People mostly agree on what is and isn't kinky.
Most people agree on what is kinky or
And
what is not kinky.
I mean, that's very personal preference based.
True or
Right.
false?
So
So I
that's
guess I'd go
no,
false.
Yeah. we're-
false.
Yeah, and here I know why.
me.
Exactly what you just said. It depends on, first of all, who you are as a person, what your level of comfort is, what you consider to be one thing, somebody else might consider to be another. So yeah, I'm definitely going with false on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say false. But also at the same time, there's a bunch of ones that people do agree on. It's just not a universal thing.
Exactly. So, but there's only one answer here, so it has to be one answer. So I'm going with false.
Most people agree on what is and isn't kinky. The answer is false.
Yeah, I did it again.
One person's kink can be another person's yawn.
Exactly. That's
know, that's
See?
right.
Level. Yeah, different levels.
You know, for some people, woman on top is kinky.
Exactly.
And
And for some people,
It's a chore.
For some people, pegging is kinky. Remember
yes,
pegging?
I know what pegging is. Okay.
People will have to look that one up.
Well, here's what we can agree on. A repertoire of just 3 or 4 sexual positions no longer does the trick. So ease into kink, whether it's a new position or sex in a new location, and props help. So says New York City sex therapist Stefan Snyder, MD. A scarf could be a blindfold or a soft restraint.
Yeah. Or it can be stuffed into his or her mouth when he or she doesn't want to hear him anymore.
Or they talk too much.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Somebody sometimes talks too much.
I have a sock that I use.
I'd like to suck it to you. Go on. Next question.
True or false? Pinch her or bite her as often as you're willing to be pinched or bitten.
Ooh, see, that's different.
I still say true, just because if you can't take it, don't deal it.
Okay, but that depends on your relationship. I know it's a true or false question, so I guess overall, universally, I would go with truth. However, it depends on the type of relationship that you have, because if you're in a submissive, dominant relationship, then you're not going to be equally sexually bitten and pinched. You know that. So it depends on the type of relationship. I'm going to go with true, just because I think that this study is probably very general, but I would definitely think that would depend, again, on the level of the relationship.
The answer is true.
Okay.
The key to success is to enlist her as a fellow conspirator. Good sex involves compromise. Shoot for an even split between giving and taking. Some people balk at role-playing dirty talk and bondage because they fear they won't know what to do or say. So start with the simple fantasizing. That is, having sex talk while talking about more explicit acts. You can talk about extreme things in this context. You don't necessarily have to do it.
Interesting.
So there you have it. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune in to your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel? Well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.